Hi guys, Remy here, welcome back to another video. Today I'm very excited because I will be talking about the season 1 score to Succession by Nicholas Britell. Now this was the album that I was teasing in my previous video where I talked all about Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. Please check that out. Now if you don't know what Succession is, it is this show that's airing on HBO or Sky Atlantic right now. It's in its final season and people are describing it as basically the next Breaking Bad, as in if you're not watching it live you're going to regret it essentially, because it's about this man here, Logan Roy. He is the head of a big American media conglomerate and he's beginning to he's going to retire, he's going to step down, and he's been preparing his son Kendall to step down, and when Kendall is literally about to announce that he's going to take over, Logan's just like, actually no, I'm alright. And then he suffers a stroke, which means the rest of the siblings are like, wait, what do we do? Because Logan does eventually, you know, he does recover, but he's clearly not as mentally or physically sound, and he begins to start making decisions regarding the company throughout the show that basically make the children think, you need to kind of step down here, but he just will not let it happen. And basically the whole show is just sibling against sibling, children against father. It's very Shakespearean, very Game of Thrones like, but in a business corporate world. It's also incredibly hilarious, incredibly emotional, it's very innovative, and it's just a fantastic show. And season 4 has been a whirlwind of many emotions. So yeah, please watch it. And another huge factor of what makes Succession an amazing show is the score done by Nicholas Britell. Nicholas Britell also composed the soundtrack and score for Andor, which is a Star Wars series that came out last year, and that's how I became familiar with Nicholas Britell, because honestly, controversial opinion, the music in Andor is my favourite bit of Star Wars music ever. I'm really sorry, John Williams, but Nicholas Britell just has this way with violins that makes me absolutely bawl, especially in Andor. Whereas, however, I do think Nicholas Britell, even though he's done so many amazing movies, he's probably most famous for his work on Succession, because what he does is that he takes classical music and mixes it with 808 hip-hop beats, and the chords he uses are very dissonant, and it kind of just represents the chaos and dissonance going on within this family. They think they're all grandiose in a classical way, but they also think they're cool in like a hip-hop way, but the way they see themselves versus the way they act and the way others see them, it's just this weird cacophony of just sounds that are kind of a bit deranged and that don't really make sense, but in a way they work so well. Basically the music is amazing, but it's messy, just like the characters, just like the show. The show can be grandiose, but it's filmed in a way that's very like almost mockumentary like, you know, it's really showing you that these people, this world is not as clean cut, and they in fact don't have anything together. But yeah, this score is amazing. I'm not great at classical music, so I can't really be as detailed as I would like when I'm talking about specific tracks. However, I just really wanted to show you guys my excitement at receiving this vinyl. I would have opened it on camera, but I got too excited when it arrived. But I will show you that this pressing is a 2023 Enjoy the Ride Records exclusive. Again, I know some people will hate me that I didn't take better care of the exclusive sticker, but again, I was excited. As you can see, Enjoy the Ride Records, and it says it's pressed on money green vinyl, which is very fitting, and there is gold foil numbering limited to 1,000 copies. So this was a very limited release. I unfortunately did not get this from Enjoy the Ride Records. I did buy it from a reseller at Discogs. I was 2 weeks late. I got the date mixed up. I got it wrong. But it's okay, because even though I paid a premium for this record, it was the cheapest one going around, because yeah, a lot of people want this record. That's cool, because there is the gold foil numbering, and I am number 575 out of 1,000. So that's cool. And this is the vinyl. As you can see, it's money green. It's got a bit of murky brown marbled into it as well. And the art is very Renaissance like. Yeah, of a man fighting a beast and other men killing each other. It's like a battle. Very Renaissance classic battle, which fits very well within the show, as the show's themes and the show's writing have been compared very much to King Lear and Hamlet from Shakespeare. And there's quite a few video essays on YouTube about why Succession is very Shakespearean, and yeah, I'd really recommend checking that out. In terms of what the vinyl came with, it came with this insert of Kendall Roy, and those who know the show and those who know Kendall, he's well known for being a very sad boy. So the fact that the one photo insert they included was Kendall having one of his trademark sad moments means they know their audience very well. And then the back of this just shows a few more stills from the show, as well as like some liner notes and stuff like that. But yeah, in terms of the music, as this is season 1, it doesn't have any of the iconic performances that my man Kendall Roy performs.
L to the OG, dude be the OG, and he playing. Honesty is such a lonely word, everyone is so untrue.
However, what the season 1 score does provide you with is it provides you with the main title theme, of course. And then what the rest of the record does is that it basically uses that melody used in the theme, uses that motif, and explores it in different ways. Now, the only bit of classical music training I do remember from my piano lessons is that adagio means slow pace, like really slow. Andante kind of means like walking speed, and that allegro means fast. So obviously when you have the second track, Adagio in C minor, it's basically going to be the melody, the motifs, the strings you hear in the main theme, however it's slower, and it's also in the key of C minor. I really like Adagio in C minor because it does have those really dramatic strings, really where the strings shine without the amazing piano and without the really cool 808 beat. It's just the strings on its own pretty much, and it just makes me think of all the dramatic scenes within the show. I also really liked Andante con moto, which is the final track on side A, and it's again strings in E flat minor. So the strings in this one were a lot sadder, more heartbreaking. I can't remember exactly when they would have been used in the show. Again, there's enough depressing moments in the show for it to be used in, but I just remember, you know, literally listening to the vinyl now, that when that track came on, the strings really hit me in that one. I was thinking, oh, this is less like dramatic and more like sad. I also liked just hearing the different variations of the theme, like alternate choices that Nicholas could have gone for. At this point, the main title theme is very famous, and even if you haven't watched the show, you might have heard the theme tune. But I really do like the theme variation where it does have the piano, the orchestra, the 808 drums. However, it's I'd say it's a little bit more toned down, it's a bit more relaxed. So even though I think the main theme is a lot better and definitely the better choice, the theme variation is also very, very good. And then there's also a few like gag tracks in here, so you do have the little theme tune to Waystar Royco. There's like an infomercial video that plays in the pilot where it's kind of just like, welcome to Waystar Royco, you're part of the team now, feel it. And they do play that. And then you also have the Austerlitz tracks, and Austerlitz is the ranch that Connor, the oldest child, owns, and it's a very different kind of home compared to the homes we see in the show, because everyone either lives in the city of New York or upstate New York in these mansions and fancy minimalist apartments, whereas Connor has a ranch that's a lot more homely and in a very different environment. Of course, the way that Nicholas kind of adapts the theme and adapts the music to suit the ranch is that it's very guitar based and very acoustic, so it's very cool to hear all the different motifs and themes in an acoustic guitar way, and it's very nice, because of course even when you go to a nice ranch and you're going somewhere new, it's going to end up depressing, so you get a nice depressing guitar track. So that's all I can really talk about music wise, because it is essentially the motifs and melodies you hear in the main theme are just explored in different ways for different scenarios, and it's really, really cool. It's a very quick album as well. I think it takes like maybe half an hour, maybe 35 minutes. Every track is pretty much a minute and a half or less, so it's not a bore, and because Nicholas Britell is such a genius, and because the theme tune of Succession is so addictive that it's like the one show that I don't skip an intro on, you don't get bored of hearing the same melody or the same motif over and over again. He just keeps it fresh, and he's just so talented. This isn't an easy album to come by, and unfortunately the rest of the seasons aren't on vinyl. I really hope they change that, and especially because season 4's soundtrack has been my favourite so far, and that's not released anywhere yet, so I just really hope that they just release the rest and release Andor as well, because I need that. But yeah, Nicholas Britell, you're a genius, and this album is great, and watch Succession. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in another video. Bye guys.